the three techniques through which you can improve your English at home. Comfortably at home, 3 powerful techniques which are going to help you a lot in improving not only your speaking skills but your... Hello everybody, how are you all? Hope you're doing great. So welcome back to another session of learning English and improving your English speaking skills with me. And today I'm going to tell you 3 techniques through which you can improve English at home. Through your self-study, without a partner, you can improve English at home. And this is going to be really easy for you if you follow these 3 techniques that I have for you today. So are you ready for them? I'm Shivangi Gupta, your CELTA certified English language tutor, certified by the University of Cambridge, the UK. And before beginning, please subscribe the channel so that you can get all the lessons that I post for you on this channel. Please like the video and share it with your friends too. Now coming back to today's lesson. 3 techniques that can transform your English, that can help you improve your English speaking skills at home. These 3 techniques are very crucial in your English learning journey. And these 3 techniques are something that I have curated, jotted down and finalized for your complete English improvement at home. That these 3 are crucial. What are they? Let's begin with these 3 techniques that are going to help you improve your English. Technique number 1. Technique number 1 is Emergent Technique. Immerse yourself in English. To immerse yourself in English, commonly known as Emergent Technique. What is this Emergent Technique? Well, immersing yourself in English. First, you have to understand the meaning of the word immerse. Immerse is derived from water, from swimming, from diving. This is a particular word that has been derived from there. Immerse versus submerse. So immerse is when you are in the water. You're surrounded by water. You're completely inside it, but your head is up. You can breathe. You can take a dive. You can swim. You can come back up. You can manage everything according to your comfort level. You're not feeling a lack of oxygen. That is immersion. That you're immersed in water. As soon as a person dives inside, that is immersion. And you come up to the surface of the water, you take a deep breath, you go inside again, you dive, you swim, you do whatever you want to. That is immersion. Immersion in water. Now, what is submersion? If a person dives in and the person is inside the water and the person is feeling suffocated, do not know how to breathe, the person feels like that the person is not able to come up to the surface of the water, is not able to get contact with air. That is important to breathe, oxygen. That is submerged. The person is submersed in water, completely submersed in water. That means completely occupied by water. There is lack of oxygen, lack of air, and the person is not able to manage the activities. The person is not able to come up to the surface. That is submerged. Now you don't have to submerge, you have to immerse. Immerse is when you comfortably surround yourself with English. You have taken English and surrounded yourself with that English. That is how native people learn their own language. For example, let's talk about your native language. Anybody's native language. How do you learn it? You learn it by listening to it, reading it, interacting with that language. You're interacting with the language in the natural surroundings. When a baby is born, that baby is listening to a lot of sounds that are created all around him or her. And those sounds are in the native language. Slowly and gradually, that baby is able to relate the sounds with concrete things that are present. Maybe the action, the context, and everything. And they develop an understanding of those sounds. That is immersion. They are immersed in those sounds. Same happens with English. If you immerse yourself in English, you acquire it naturally. It becomes comfortable to you. It becomes natural to you because you are creating a native language-like environment. Similar environment to a native English speaker because they are surrounded completely by English. You are surrounded by your native language. That's why you're so good at it. Everyone is good at their native language. That is a given. Whatever is the native language. For me, maybe speaking French will be difficult, but for a French Speaking French is absolutely easy and they'll be fluent at it because they are immersed in that language. It's their native language, right? So, this is the difference between learning a second language and being a native speaker of that particular language, that you are not immersed enough. Immerse yourself. Surround yourself with more books, listen to more content, watch more content in English. Watching is very important. There are two different aspects related to watching and listening. So, when you listen, only auditory sense, your ears are working. They are the sense organs which are working. But when you see, you get to see a lot of context. You hear the language, you can hear it. You're watching a movie, for example, you're hearing everything. You can turn on the subtitles, that's a visual. You are watching people doing some kind of actions in a particular environment, in a particular setting. It can be office, it can be outside in a park, it can be in the college, it can be anywhere that these people are interacting to each other. That means they are creating a real life like situation in the movie, the web series that you're watching. That means you're getting context along with listening to good English, which is very important. So, immersion in English is important. Immerse yourself in English, but don't let it suffocate you. Do not do something that is going to suffocate you and then you'll be resenting that I'm only surrounded by English, I'm not doing that, I'm not doing this. From time to time, taking little breaks are allowed. Watching something of yours that is favorite in your native language is allowed. But the thing is that you do not have to make a choice every time. Should I watch it in my native language or should I watch it in English language? You have to prioritize according to your need. How much of English do you need to surround yourself with? Again, I've told you that you have to immerse. You don't have to submerse. So immerse yourself in English. Take breaks from time to time. Do something that you love in your native language. Maybe listening to one of your favorite songs. You've listened to 10 English songs. Maybe the next song can be something that is your favorite. A childhood song that you love to listen. Anything. A dance number in your native language. Anything. It can be anything. So submersion is not the solution. You have to immerse yourself in English. Comfortably surround yourself with English content, reading material, listening material, and watching material. That means web series, movies, cartoons, and YouTube videos, obviously. So, YouTube is a good source of content, free content that you can watch in English. Technique number two. Technique number two is expose yourself to English. You have to expose yourself to English. So, what is exposing yourself to English? One is you're surrounding yourself with English. You are creating maybe a corner where you've kept a lot of English books. You are watching any content if you're sitting there in that particular corner. You're on your social media. It's your rule that you are going to watch it in English, any content that you're watching. That is creating an environment, that is immersing in English. Now, what is exposing yourself to English? So, exposing yourself English is the willing exposure to English language, choosing English language more and more. When you expose yourself to English content, you acquire knowledge in a natural way. For example, you're reading something and this particular book, it's a famous book, for example, right? You're taking a very famous book which is available in your native language, in English language. It's available in different languages. Now, what you're supposed to do is you have to choose English. You have to make a choice and deliberately every time choose English. Because English is something that you have to expose yourself to. For example, you're reading. If you're reading more and more and more, you're exposing yourself to a range of words, vocabulary, sentences. When you read everything and when you read it again, you're exposing yourself to that particular language. For example, you have read and you came across a word, subtle, for example. Okay, let's take the word subtle. Subtle means to do something in a very easy manner, in a very minimal manner, that you cannot even tell the difference, subtle difference, very slight, in a very slight manner. So you have taken the word, you have read it, now you're reading a different novel, a different magazine, you've again read that word. Now the third time when you come across this word, it's with you now. Because you have exposed yourself to the language, it's going to remain with you. You will instantly recognize the word subtle the third time you come across it. So that is the thing. That is the thing that you have to willingly expose yourself to more and more English. If you go out and you see some kind of hoarding that is in English, you read it. What's written there? Exposing yourself to English is important. That is interacting with English language available in your natural surroundings. Natural English. There's an advertisement in English, you look at it. There's a poster, you look at it. There are labels around, you're going to a particular maybe mall, you're going to some kind of mart. There are labels all around, you're looking at it, you're reading it. That means you are consuming English in a very natural way. You're interacting with your environment. You're taking up English from the environment, which is going to be really beneficial for you. Why? Because this is something which will help you remember everything that you're exposing yourself to. When you expose yourself more and more to a language, slowly and gradually things become easier and you start remembering things. Like I've told you, you've exposed yourself to a single word once, twice, by the third time, it's with you. Now it's in your active memory, active vocabulary, something that you can use whenever you want to. So expose yourself to English as much as possible. Technique number 3. Technique number 3 is to create English habits. Creating English habits. Habits are something which is a part of our daily life, day-to-day life. We form habits. People are habitual of doing yoga in the morning. A lot of people, they like to go for a morning walk. There are people who would have a night ritual. For example, reading a book maybe, taking a walk after dinner, or there are certain things that people do. They have habits. Habits are very important. Why? Because habits make things easier. Habits can include difficult tasks in your daily routine. It can make them fit into your daily routine, and then it's easier to do that particular task. When English will become your habit, it will be easier for you to follow it, to learn it, and to improve yourself. Creating good English habits, that's very important. Extremely important. These habits can be big tasks or mini tasks. It can be anything. The thing is that you have to take that initiative of creating these habits, because it takes time to create a habit. When you follow it again and again, it will convert into a habit. For example, listening to one English song in the morning daily can become your habit, and you are exposing yourself to English through this. You're listening to English content. There are so many songs available. I recommend to you a lot of songs in my lessons. There are so many lessons dedicated to it. You know that. So you have so many songs. If you listen to one song every day, in the morning, that is a habit. That's an example of habit that I'm giving to you. That's a habit. And when you do that again and again and again and again, you will feel that, okay, your day will not begin without listening to one of your English songs. You would want to do that. Your brain would crave for it. Okay, it's your habit now. You will feel something missing in life if you don't do it. And that is what we have to do. Create English habits so that we can include English in our day-to-day life and make it a part of our life. Because speaking a language cannot be different from life. It is a part of life that we are living. That is why it's important. That is why we are learning to speak English fluently. Because our education, our career, everything is dependent on this particular language. It's global language. It's a medium of global communication. That is why everyone gives it priority, whether it's education or career. We all know that. So creating good English habits, they are going to help you improve your English a lot. It'll help you maintain a balance between your learning schedule, your normal tasks, your day-to-day tasks, your office work, your college life if you have. So everything will be in balance. Plus, you will get time to learn English. A lot of people complain about that we don't get time to learn English. How to create that particular schedule to learn English? How to get the time? I have no time to learn English. I'm short on time. Creating English habits can give you those loopholes in your day where you can fit small tasks related to English learning. Now, if you fit these small tasks related to English learning, you'll be able to improve your English. Now, it's your habit. You would do it. You do not need any kind of compulsion. You do not need any kind of push to do it. You'll be able to do it willingly. There is going to be a willingness in doing that particular task because it's now your habit. That means learning English has become so easy and improving English has become so easy if you create these English habits. And when you follow it, when you create a habit of learning English, when you create a good habit in English language learning, you will see slowly and gradually the improvements are there in your speaking, in your overall English. You will feel that. So create good English habits. Now, how to do that? How to create good English habits? For that, you already have a lesson, Make English Your Habit. I want you to go refer to this particular lesson, Make English Your Habit, where I'm going to tell you how to create good English habits. I'm telling you a lot of ready-made habits already that I've created for you, tasks that can become your habit. So you can go check out that lesson too. All those lessons are available. There's a playlist. Go check them out. So create good English learning habits to improve your English at home. So these were the three techniques through which you can improve your English at home. Comfortably at home, three powerful techniques which are going to help you a lot in improving not only your speaking skills but your overall English. Isn't that great? So start taking up these techniques from today, follow them and improve your English speaking skills. That's it for today. That is it. Now I'm going to meet you again with a new lesson. Till then, everybody, take care. Bye.